Hello, Professor Rad here, and in this video we're going to be putting decimal numbers in order from least to greatest. So we just have one example for this video, so let's dive right on into it. So we saw this table in a previous example. We put the prices of cars in order from least to greatest. On this one, we're going to put the per gallon gas prices in order from least to greatest. So remember, the second row of this table was the average price for a gallon of gas. So that would be the per gallon gas price. And then we have several different prices here from a variety of years. So just to help declutter a little bit, I'm going to go ahead and write those prices out. So we have 1.485, 1.849, 3.252, 3.625, 2.146. All right. So I'm gonna just scroll on up a little bit so we can focus in on these numbers that we want to look at. Now, when we're comparing decimal numbers like this, you want to compare the whole number parts first. So I'm going to highlight just the whole number parts. Remember, those are the digits that are to the left of the decimal point. So I'm going to highlight those first because that's really what I want to be looking at. And that's going to help me do kind of a quick sort to begin with. And then this last one. Okay. So it looks like here I have 1 point something, 1 point something, 3 point something, 3 point something, and 2 point something. So it looks like I have two 1 point somethings. Those are going to be the two smallest numbers. And then the 3 point somethings, those are going to be the biggest. And then 2 is in between 1 and 3. So that's going to be my middle number. So when I go to list these out, I'm going to start out with 1 point something, 1 point something, the 2 point somethings in the middle, and then we have the two 3 point somethings. So let's shove these off to the side here for a minute. Oh, golly. So we can focus on these two 1 point somethings. Now, when I think of comparing decimals, after I figure out the order of those whole number parts, for the decimal part, I kind of think of it like alphabetical order. Like, let's say you're comparing the words cat and car. So let's just write this out here. So let's say we're comparing cat and car. I want to put these in alphabetical order. The first letter is both C. So to alphabetize these, I go to the next letter. So in this case, the next letter is both A. So I'll go to the third letter. And then here I have T and then R. So because R comes earlier in the alphabet, car is going to be first alphabetically, and then cat will be second. The same idea is true when we're comparing decimal numbers. So after you've got the whole number part figured out, then you want to compare the two decimal parts of those numbers. So here we have a 4 in the 10th place, and the second one has an 8 in the 10th place. So because 4 is smaller than 8, it's going to come first in the list. So 485 is going to be smaller than 849. And that's because, again, they share the same whole number part. They both share the number 1 there. Now, we only had one number that had a 2 to start with, so that was 2.146. So that one I can fill in right away. And then the last ones I need to compare are these two that began with a 3. So because they both have a 3 in the whole number part, now I can go ahead and compare the 10th place of these two. So I have a 2 here, and then I have a 6 here. So because 2 is smaller than 6, 3.252 is going to be smaller than 3.625. So 2 is smaller than 6, so it's going to be above the 6 in our list. Now, if I kind of squeeze all of this back in, here is our list of terminating decimals in order. So we have 1.4, 1.8, 2, 3.2, 3.6. So that's kind of how I would do my quick scan to make sure these were all in order. In the future videos, in the next video, we'll be looking at decimals that don't end like this. We'll be looking at some repeating decimals and what that all means. And then we'll also compare decimals that have different lengths to them, like these all have 4 digits in them. We'll look at decimals of different lengths in future video as well. But for this video, just an introduction to comparing those whole number parts and those decimal parts. So I hope we helped you to do that in this video, and I hope you have a wonderful day. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.